because we got to get you out of the head and we have to get you into your body intelligence. And how we do that is that you just start to walk through the process of going, okay, realize that our debt structure is a way that you're being controlled by the system. And if you don't choose to step out of the debt system, you're going to continue to have your life controlled by the banking system or the overall economic system overall. And so the only way to get through your mental health crisis is making tough choices and looking at, and this goes to the second step of the process I walk clients through, and also with my online course, is that the second step is you have to accept the reality that you've created. Now, from a mental health perspective, that may or may not be something that you really want to look at, but I am telling you, you looking at it and actually go and feeling the feelings behind that reality that you've created thus far actually is the healing process to it. And then it's about saying, okay, well, this is the dream that I want to dream. Here's my reality. I'm going to feel those feelings around that reality. Then we have to wake you back up in who you are and what you came to this planet to do, because that alignment with self actually helps you not only from a mental perspective, it helps you emotionally, helps you physically and spiritually. And that's your whole being. I call it like your fourfold being, that it's your mental health, your emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health. And all four of those are parts of who you are. And so when we're addressing like the debt issues and getting out of what I would call the matrix, getting out of the system and choosing to not participate in financial jail any longer, then you're sitting going, okay, well, I'm going to play offense as opposed to defense. I'm going to create a game plan on how to do that. And depending on where your starting point is would depend on then what that process looks like. But from a generalization standpoint, it's about simultaneously cleaning up your past while also living in the present moment and planning for the future at the same time. You know, I saw Susie Orman years ago on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, and she told this person who had $79,000 credit card debt, you're not allowed to do anything until you 100% pay off that credit card debt on 23 different credit cards. Who wants to feel that way for that long of a period of time? I don't know too many people do. So you have to not only clean that up, but also live today. So do the things that feed your heart and soul right now, but then also plant the seeds for what it is that you want to germinate for your tomorrow as well. That way you keep your nervous system in neutral, and then that helps your emotional and your mental health along the process. And I have found that that is the best way to do it so that people aren't skidding out on me.
Yeah, God, when you said that about $79,000 and they're not allowed to do anything, that just it's like created a little bit of like a panic for them, because
right.
This is how, I mean, I actually had a patient that tried to commit suicide because of how overwhelmed he was with his financial burdens. And that's the extreme end of what we're talking about here mentally and mental health wise.
Yep.
That people can feel so overwhelmed and nothing is worth financially is worth taking your life over. Thankfully, he survived and he ended up healing and working towards bringing his family and felt reconnected to everybody and started putting his life back together. And
that's great.
Realize that all of that can be taken care of. But like you said, the four areas, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, people don't understand the spiritual aspect of money. There are some people that have spiritual beliefs about money as well, but there is help. And so what are some specific strategies that you can give somebody that is in that crisis mindset right now so that they don't end up resorting to extreme measures and just feeling like they do have a shot at this and can get back on track?
Well, I think it's super important that you realize that it just starts with little things that you start to reward yourself along the way. I have many people that tell me going, Julie, you're telling me to spend my money? And I go, no, I want you to set up a bucket. And I want that to be like good behavior reward money of like, I don't even care if you start it with $10 a month or whatever. And it's just something that you can go take that money and spend it on anything you want, so that it gives you some of that feeling of like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm getting on my journey. When you're in crisis mode, it is super important to really come to terms with the reality that you've created. And sometimes that's hard to see, but it's as easy as like open up the envelopes. I have a couple worksheets on my website. You can go to juliemurphy.com. I have these free worksheets on there, and it helps you to map out where are your debts? What are those interest rates? It's about loving yourself enough to actually take a look. And then you say, okay, this is what I have, and this is what I can do things with, because the reality that you have is really actually the only thing you've got. So let's do the best you can with exactly what you have. No judgment, no shame, blame, guilt. It's just, it is what it is. And then we start to come up with a game plan. I also have a worksheet on there that you can download for free that helps you with your cash flows. Like just do something, say, you know what? These are my expenses that are going out the door, and this is the income coming in, and kind of going, that might be pretty sobering. But it's taking these itty bitty little steps that help you to start to get your foundation underneath you. Because we got to get you out of the head, and we have to get you into your body intelligence. And how we do that is that you just start to walk through the process of going, okay, here's my new dream. This is what I need. I want to go after. And then I'm going to look at my reality, and I'm going to see where it's at. And then I think another step in the process is that I really want you to surround yourself with people who have done that. What it is that you want to create, surround yourself with those who have done it. I have my online community. That's the whole reason I built it, so that people can be around other people who are trying to shift their life and make something of it. Because the company you keep is so important. In my first book, The Emotion Behind Money, I talk about crabs in a bucket. And if you put one crab in a bucket, it can crawl out of that bucket by itself, no problem. But you put 10 crabs inside of a bucket, all those other crabs are trying to pull you back in. So the question is who are the crabs in your life? And don't spend time with those people. If you're trying to shift, don't be around the people who are going to enable the things that are keeping you stuck. So those are a few of the pointers that I have in terms of I've seen that are really successful with people over time. Do you want to experience free coaching based on my 25 plus years as being a financial planner, and ask me any question that you want to ask me to help you get past that hurdle in your financial world? I run these free workshops every other month to start to open you up, to start to help you get to this next place. The information for my free workshop, click the link below and register, and I'll see you on the next workshop.